Hello and welcome to what is probably the smallest map in Medal of Honor Allied Assault, Stalingrad. This is number 6 of the original multiplayer maps, and obviously, Stalingrad, you're probably going to have quite a few cramped buildings like this. So this map is basically like a big sort of square kind of thing consisting of several floors. So effectively, it's not really a great deal to show with this, just running from one place to the other. You have all of these little side rooms. I'll show this outside bit in a moment. If I go down to these other levels, with these from wherever you are, you can see effectively the whole map. If I were to stand here, I'd die within a few seconds. That route along there is probably one of the most used sections of the map, so this is a great place to be to get them. However, they might obviously try and throw a grenade in, that sort of thing. This, you get a bit of a view, and if you were to go down, you can use this just to get into there. I think that's quite a nice little design to put in, because if you didn't have something like this, then it would literally just be a big rectangle and not a way to get from A to B quite easily. So as you can see, quite a few of these sections are very similar, but that was obviously intentional. Then there's the ground floor, you can get to all of this here. Yeah, it's obviously intentional because it's, I suppose it's trying to be reminiscent of what Stalingrad is like. I don't really know. There's a few little shortcuts in here. Seems a bit odd with a place that has very little space to move around, that there'll be shortcuts, but there's a couple. Then here, if I go to this one first, here you are. So you're in this section here. It's one of those maps where if you're playing a sudden death type map, you could hide in any of these, and it'd probably be a little while before someone were to find you. So yeah, it can be handy for that. And if I show you, there were two little things that I used fairly often. So because this is one of the most used areas here, anybody from that section, that building there, can shoot in. And if you're in this section here, you have people coming at you from there, people coming at you from here. So you obviously need to try and trick them a little bit. So I think one thing I did was I don't really remember how I did it. I want to say, yeah, it was something like that. And the idea was that someone might be chasing me, I run into here, I know they're after me, and I obviously did this a lot quicker, but the idea was, yeah, I would jump in here and get in behind them. That's a handy little thing. Now, one of the other ones I did, oh yeah, you can, oops, sometimes you miss it, you have to be a bit careful. There you are. So you can be up here, you can see quite a bit down. But one little thing that I did, this is the probably the quickest route thing that I did to try and get across the map. So I jump over here, land, over into there you are. So I'm not in the open for too long, but then I jump up onto here, and I jump over like that. So the reason why I did that was, first of all, getting from there to onto there is quicker than running on the stairs. But then when you run up, if you were to be here, you're exposing yourself to anyone that might be here and looking in, but then you're exposing yourself here. People are going to expect, if someone's there, they're going to expect you to be in this area here. So by jumping over to here, and then suddenly appearing, you have the upper hand, and then you can just come up here, and you're nearly back to where you started. So now I'm going to go to the other side of the map, which will probably only take a few seconds to do, and show you this here. So this, I didn't really use this. I don't really like being in the open too much, because if you're here, I mean, so many windows overlook you, and you could be shot at from anywhere, and you don't really have much escape. Sure, you can try and work your way into here, but you're kind of left open. You could try and work your way down here, but once again open, or you could drop, but you'll probably hurt yourself quite a bit. This is kind of hilarious, and a mounted machine gun just for this area here. And if I, yeah, you got. That sounded weird. You got some of these wooden panels that you can undo, and this is the sort of thing where you don't want to be on this mounted machine gun for long at all. The moment you start firing, people know what that sound is. They're going to immediately look out of one of the many windows around here and shoot you. So if you do happen to be coming here, you'd only want to use it to do that and then quickly get out of there. And you can look from here. This boiler room? Yeah, it's kind of a boiler room. This is probably one of the most open spaces apart from the outside bit. So you can get to it from there or back entrance, although it doesn't really make much difference. And you can get through here and work your way up this section here. So this, I really did enjoy playing this map because yes, you could stay in one place, but it was best to be on the move. No matter, it didn't matter whether you were allies or axes. You got to be careful you don't fall down there. You could just spawn wherever. Like you know, I spawned here, and it could be that I've got a bunch of allies that are spawning, you know, on this floor down there, and maybe just in that room there, and then just beyond there's some axes who will try and come at me. So you know, you want to be on the move because if all your friends die, you want that they're going to spawn like probably nearish you, but you don't want to be the only person around so that axes the enemy end up spawning around where you are. So yeah, it's oh actually I just realised there's one other thing I want to do. Yeah, so it's very much a always be on the move kind of thing. I forgot that there is actually another little thing that I'm surprised the devs didn't really do much about. I'm not going to get through there. So I'm going to give this just a couple of goes. But you saw what I was trying to do there. It was a way to get on that roof. I think it was people more did it just for the fun, and they're like, yeah, I can do this. Whereas there's not really any good reason to do it. Because, oh, jeez. Okay, go back. Where do I want to be? You've got to jump when you're on the very edge. So you can't jump when you're above this section here because you just hit your head there. You want to jump when you're kind of here. But you want to get the right angle as well. You don't want to run like this because you're just going to hit this little wall here. You want to kind of run at an angle, but not too far that you do just miss it. So maybe it's best to be back a bit. Oh, wow, okay. That was lucky. So yeah. There you go. Oh, jeez. I'm not going to jump down there yet because I want to see if I can get on that bit. So yeah, you do have view of the whole place, but of course... Okay, so you can hide. So I suppose, yeah, you know, get a machine gun, you like fire there, you then just hide under, and then you appear up and shoot somewhere else. Or, yeah, you can be along here. Can you do the same? Yeah, when you have this, oh, there we are. You won't be able to see any people running along here. The game doesn't allow you to do that. You can do this and... I think you can run around the whole of it actually, yeah. But I think being on that part, you have to jump around there. So let's see what happens if I... Oh, yeah, that works. Oh, I can't actually... Nope. Ah, damn it. Well, this is a good place to be for... Yeah, if you're doing sudden death, this would be a good place. Good place to be. You're very hidden. Right, is there a reason why? I can't... No, okay. Sadly. Oh. I'm actually being stopped. I can't actually run down. But I assume... Oh. Yeah, I'm going to die, aren't I? Whee! Down I go. Okay. Well, yeah, so you can see all around. Tell you what, just go and inspect it. Yeah, so you can see... Oh, I should have done that in the previous one. I was... yeah, so you can run around there. I think Might be able to get across there, but up there. And then I think, like in Southern France, you can hide behind the chimney and appear out just like that. But I think once you get around here, you can't get any further. So I guess you can't actually get on the top here. I'm sure someone probably has, but yeah. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I shall see you in the next part.